GTO head. Earlier in another video I was explaining how the rocker arms are oiled through there, and I kind of goofed where they still have the provision. That's the head bolt hole, and it actually doesn't go anywhere. So if I wouldn't have tapped the block, oil pressure actually would have just filled that cavity. Well, if the block had if the top of the head bolt area had any kind of area where it wasn't sitting perfectly flat, it would basically leak a little oil from oil pressure out there. Well, that's all resolved, but we don't have to worry about that. I set all the valves, like I said before. It's kind of wiped away now, but all the numbers were there of what the exact installed height was, and you'll see shims underneath each valve spring. They're either 15 thousandths or 30 thousandths to compensate and make them all the same spring height, so we have the same spring pressure. I didn't put the freeze plugs in yet because on a 64 head there's really not a lot of surface, so to stand it up I just don't feel real comfortable. So we're going to basically put this head on now. Got my build sheet going. Most of the specs are on there. Got our Felpro head gasket. Got our other head bolted down already, torqued. All the head bolts are oiled, the heads and the threads. I circled all the rocker arm studs that actually go into the intake ports so I can make sure I put sealer on those. Whoever built this motor before actually used these look like main cap bolts, which are the same threads. They must have put these washers in because those are a little bit longer, compensate so they don't bottom out. I tested all that and checked it all, and everything's good. These are the two medium length bolts that go on the ends. We got our two short bolts. On a 64 GTO you got one stud there that holds the battery cable on, and that stud goes on that side, and that is for the battery cable, the ground cable. On a 64 there's a bolt here because there's a heater bracket that attaches for factory setups. We got our short one there. These three have a little bit of paint left on them, which will be fine. It's caked on there.
Trick or treat.
And we got it all set to go. Good, how you doing, man?
All right.